we will watch the graduation slideshow, and it has voiceover, and then we're going to have the raffle. And to enter the raffle, you're going to be typing in the chat which Braille course you're taking, since all the prizes are for someone who's taking a Braille course or has just graduated, as a way to encourage them to keep studying.
All right.
So
I called Jen and asked her how to turn on chat. She uses Zoom like 10 hours a day. So yeah, I see you got it on there now. So
I did. Yeah, thanks for calling her, Dan. I appreciate it. So it's nice hearing you guys talk about where you're from. I've never found a Facebook group where I connect with folks before, and I think it's because I'm just so obsessed with Braille. It's just really easy to talk about. So it's nice finding other people who also just love the dots, can't get enough of it. So I believe everyone has logged back in. Are we missing anyone? Does anyone recognize any names? I know pictures keep moving around. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're recording. So folks who couldn't make it today can watch this later and cheer you guys on. So thank you so much for being here. Fantastic. So Carolyn's taking the NFB course and as a Hadley grad. Nice. So for the order for today, we're going to watch the graduate slideshow, get to know the grads a little better. We're going to hear about what they've been doing since they finished the course, because the graduates, it's from anyone who's finished the course since last September to today, so in the last year. And that's just an arbitrary date because this also happens to be the study group's 2-year birthday. This is our second.
Oh,
Got a few people.
congratulations.
Thanks. So last year it occurred to me there is no graduation celebration for UEB grads, and I figured why not make one? So let me go ahead. I'm going to start the slideshow for the graduation.
Don't knock us out again. Oh, there. Slideshow. I don't know if she's talking. There. Yes, sure.
Elizabeth, I think you're on mute.
Oh,
The whole time.
thank you. Oh, shoot. Everyone was so attentive. Wow. Sorry about that. Well, you got the sneak peek. There's lovely graduation music going in the background, and I'm reading the screen. So let me try that again. There we go. Share computer sound. Box is checked. Take 2. Next year, this will be seamless. Okay. Can you hear music and me talking?
No. We can hear you talking. There's no music in the background.
Can you hear me reading the screen?
Oh, yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you talking. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to leave it.
We can hear you when you're live, but I can't hear what's going with the slides.
Sorry, everyone. I thought I had this figured out.
No worries.
Does anyone have any ideas? When I click on screen share, I check the box that says share computer audio. And then I thought that's all I had to do to make the audio come from the slideshow.
Is it
Is
because
there-
your headphones in?
Is there a volume control in the PowerPoint program?
I don't know. I can hear it playing. Should I take out my headphones? Let me try
Yes.
that.
Unplug your headphones and see if that helps.
Right. You can't have two.
Oh, okay. Here, I thought I was being considerate wearing headphones. Okay. Take 3.
Welcome to the 2019-2020 UEB Graduation Ceremony,
Awesome.
hosted by the UEB Study Group. Over the past year, in the UEB Study Group on Facebook, 9 people have graduated, spanning across Canada and the United States. There's a graduate from Washington, Oregon, Utah, Arizona, Texas, 2 from Kentucky, North Carolina, and Manitoba, Canada. 3 people have earned a certificate from the Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired in Contracted Braille. And 6 people have earned certificates from the Library of Congress, and they are now certified Braille transcribers. Starting off with the graduates from the Hadley School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, these graduates completed the Contracted Braille course. It is a correspondence course which covers contractions, short forms, symbols, punctuation, Grade 1 numeric mode, and typeform indicators. And a certificate is awarded upon passing the 25 lessons. Jennifer Friesen. Jennifer is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and she graduated in July. She says, I have been an educational assistant for 16 years, and about 12 years ago, I worked with a student who was losing his sight due to a disorder. I was asked to teach him Braille, and from that moment on, I fell in love with it. A photo of Jennifer and her 11-year-old daughter, who is her biggest supporter. Why did you want to take this Braille course? I had to put Braille off as I had a rough pregnancy, and I was really ill for some time. I picked it up again when I saw a blind disabled student who was never taught how to read Braille. I fell in love with Braille all over again, and I redid the basic Braille course April through May, and then the contracted Braille course, May through July. Jennifer says, after I finished the contracted Braille course, I bought myself this metal keychain, which says hope in Braille. It also has a cutout of a crescent moon and a star. Since earning my Hadley certificate, I have gone on to enroll in the CNIB transcription course to get certified in UEB, and hopefully to further my career working with the blind. In the fall, there will be a 14-year-old blind student entering our school who has never been taught Braille. I'm very excited to meet him. Erin Ross. Erin is from Salem, Oregon, and she graduated in April. She says, I am deafblind with some sight remaining. I worked as a vocational rehabilitation counselor for 3 years, and I'm currently staying home to raise children, thus it gives me time to study Braille. This is a photo of Erin sitting at her computer desk. Erin is using the software called Perky Duck, which allows her to type in Sim Braille, and she's also using a Zoom text software to enlarge the font size and invert the colors. Why did you want to take this Braille course? I cannot imagine becoming illiterate when I eventually become fully blind, so I started to study Braille and fell in love with it. I can see myself as a Braille transcriber for my future career, since it will expand my job opportunities. Erin is sitting on her couch, reading Braille with her right hand, while writing down notes with her left hand, and visually reading large print with her eyes. What have you been doing Braille related since earning your certificate? I'm working on the LOC's Literary Braille Transcribing Certification, and I'm also taking Hadley's Everyday Reading in the UEB course. I hope to take the Literary Braille Proofreading in the near future. Erin and her young son are sitting on the floor, where Erin is teaching him how to read Braille. Erin and her son pose as they smile for the camera. Jennifer Reith. She is from Eminence, Kentucky, and she graduated in January. Jennifer says, I am a single mom of 3 boys, widowed since 2005. I started homeschooling in 2007. Braille and ASL have been in and out of my life since I was little. One of my dear friends growing up was blind. It wasn't until I met Tanya Drew that I started to actually learn Braille. In October 2018, I signed up with Hadley to take the grade 1 course thanks to encouragement from Tanya. While taking a tour of the American Printing House for the Blind in Louisville, Kentucky, I read the Reader's Digest, which was an inner point. Jennifer kept busy with her studies. She completed the grade 1 course before enrolling in the contracted Braille course. She also participated in Hadley's Spring into Braille reading program. What have you been doing Braille related since earning your certificate? In March, I started the LOC transcription course. I'm currently sitting on lesson 5. I'm also assisting Tanya with small Braille jobs. Congratulations to Jennifer Friesen, Erin Ross, and Jennifer Reith for completing Hadley's contracted Braille course. In the United States, there's only one school you can study to become a certified Braille transcriber. It is a free correspondence course through the National Federation of the Blind, which is often referred to as NFB. The Library of Congress contracts with NFB to run the Braille course, so when students graduate, they get a certificate from the Library of Congress. How cool is that? And the UEB Study Group is an online study group specifically to encourage and inspire students taking the Library of Congress's UEB certification. So what does it take to become a certified Braille transcriber? It is a correspondence course made up of 20 lessons. The courses pick up where the Hadley lessons left off.
Oh,
Such as how to transcribe Old English, Greek symbols, etc., and much more about formatting. A certificate is awarded after passing a manuscript with 80% or higher. The manuscript is 35 Braille pages from a literary book of the student's choice. Muaid Aziz. He is from Seattle, Washington, and he graduated in August. Muaid has a master's in special education from the University of Northern Colorado. He is well versed in UEB and Nemeth, as well as contracted and uncontracted Arabic Braille. Why did you want to take this Braille course? The main purpose for taking this course was to become nationally certified in literary UEB. In addition, the 20-lesson course was beneficial for me for getting a position as a Brailleist at the Seattle Public School District. Hello, my name is Muna Aziz, and I'm the youngest sister of Muaid Aziz. I am so proud of what he has done. He worked so hard, and he has a big goal, and I hope he will achieve all of his goals. And this is the main point, to help people. And as I said, all of my family and I are so proud of him. Congratulations, Muaid, and we support you in whatever you want to do. Muaid made a very informative video about how he transcribed his manuscript. I had technical difficulties, so I unfortunately wasn't able to include the video. So I'm going to briefly explain his process. First, he chose an appropriate book to transcribe for his manuscript. He picked Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. He then scanned the print pages and saved them as PDFs. He carefully read all the scanned pages and looked at how to transcribe any confusing words. Then with 2 windows open on his computer, on the left hand, he had the PDF file open, and on the right hand and on the right, he started a new PerkyDuck file. PerkyDuck is a computer program for typing in Braille. Muaid would read the PDF and transcribe and format the Braille in PerkyDuck. I was able to make a screen capture from Muaid's video, so So in this slideshow, there is a photo of the PDF on the left and Freepik Thank on the right. Murayid then embossed his manuscript and tactily and visually proofread the manuscript while simultaneously comparing it to the PDF. He made some corrections and re-embossed the manuscript, then he typed the print title page, packaged it all up, and mailed it to be graded. Murayid tactfully proofread his manuscript while visually reading the PDF print version on his computer screen. What do you plan to do next? I will continue applying for the next 3 NFB courses: Proofreading Literary UEB, Nemeth Code, and Proofreading Nemeth Code. In the fall, I start my O&M.
Do you want burger or spaghetti for dinner then?
Rachel, both.
Burger or spaghetti?
She's from Sierra Vista, Arizona.
Burger,
She graduated
a
in
hamburger, or
2019.
spaghetti?
Rachel says,
Okay,
I'm a stay-at-home
Riley,
mom
hamburger or
with
spaghetti?
Your mic is on.
children.
Somebody needs to turn their mic off.
Be a volunteer transcriber. Why did you want to take this Braille course? Since I was 10 years old, one of my goals was to do something with Braille. When I discovered the literary course, I thought it would be the perfect place to start. Photo of Rachel's daughter sitting at a desk, enthusiastically using an electronic brailer. I was so determined to finish the UEB certification course, I purchased an embosser so I can emboss my manuscript. So this is a photo of my VP Columbia embosser and my manuscript of The Radium Girls, The Dark Story of America's Shining Woman by Kate Moore. Last year I attended the MBA's Professional Development Conference in Phoenix, Arizona. We made it a family vacation. In this photo, I'm sitting next to Elizabeth Symington at the banquet dinner. Also while at the MBA conference, I went on the field trip to the Foundation for Blind Children. In this photo, the tour group was in the library, which is full of tactile art like this basketball-sized model of the moon. What have you been doing since your certification? I have been studying the Braille format certificate, and I am looking for volunteers transcribing work. Lisa Ekdahl Boulevard. She is from Gold Hill, North Carolina, and she graduated last February. Lisa says, I work in the accessibility department at a local community college, mostly transcribing textbooks. Devoted mother, and avid animal lover. Screen capture of a conversation from the Facebook group UEB Study Group. Elizabeth Symington asked Lisa, what advice do you have for someone who is on lesson 20? Lisa replies, breathe! I spent way too much time overthinking every minor technicality. I also found proofreading the entire thing backwards, back to front, right to left, very helpful. I caught the majority of mistakes that way. Lisa's comment got 2 thumbs up. Close-up photo of Lisa and a dark brown horse. Both of them are smiling for the photo. Michael Ryan Hunsacker. Ryan is from Farmington, Utah, and he graduated in February. Ryan has a master's in education and a PhD, and he is a teacher for students with visual impairments. In 2012, I finished a PhD in behavioral translational neuroscience, working with children and adults with Fragile X-associated disorders, as well as adolescents with the 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. I also studied neuropathology and the aging Fragile X brain. After leaving academics, I taught special activation in specialized autism settings as a resource teacher and as a district-level behavioral and academic consultant working to get students out of excessively restrictive settings. I then pursued a Master's of Education with a teaching license to work with the blind. I am currently a teacher of the visually impaired blind in Utah. Why did you want to take this Braille course? I felt it was always worthwhile being certified in Braille transcription if I were to be doing it professionally for students anyways. What have you been doing since your certification? I'm a teacher for the visually impaired blind in Davis Schools District in Utah. I also randomly do Braille transcription as part of a nonprofit disability consulting LC3 I started. Lara Kerwin. She's from Louisville, Kentucky, and she graduated in July. Laura is a research assistant at American Printing House. She has a Master of Fine Arts in Writing Fiction. She's an editor and copy editor and mama to Sally. This is a photo of Laura looking deliriously happy after receiving the news that she passed her manuscript. Laura is holding her manuscript and the book that she transcribed. Why did you want to take this Braille course? In order to get my job at APH, I had to complete the first module in UEB Online, and then I studied for my LOC certification. I love being able to share the written word with people, regardless of their vision. Laura transcribed Three Ways to Disappear, a novel, by Laura's friend and MFA mentor, Katie Yoakum. In the first photo, Katie's holding a framed image of the cover of her novel, and the second photo is a close-up of the framed art, which has clear Braille on top of the colorful book cover. What have you been doing since your certification? Until I get assignments at work, I've been practicing by writing letters to my family and friends using a slate and stylus. I also pick random documents on my computer and transcribe them. Ivan Yarito. She is from Far, Texas, and she graduated in December of 2012. She says, I have been working in the PSJA school district for 22 years as a Brailleist. I'm an advocate for children in Casa Hidalgo. Yvonne is sitting at a desk typing on a blue typewriter, making flashcards for one of her students. Why did you want to take this Braille course? The reason I wanted to do the Braille course was because it was a challenge for me. Also, so I could learn more in detail the rules of UEB Braille. Photo of Yvonne at work, standing next to the Tiger Pro embosser. Congratulations to the Library of Congress UEB graduates for earning your literary Braille transcribing certificate from the Library of Congress.
Big round of applause for our graduates.
Woo!
Good job.
Yay!
So which
Woo!
here today? I already know the answer.
Nice PowerPoint, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think you're muted, Elizabeth.
So Laura is here. She just
We can't hear you, Elizabeth.
Not yet.
hear me?
Barely,
Barely?
barely.
Very low, just turn it up.
Hello? Are we all good now?
Not
Turn it
quite
up
there.
higher.
Okay. How's this? Is that a good level?
No.
I don't know what's going on. It's maxed out at 100 on my end.
Sounds like you're far away. Maybe you're.
Is your PowerPoint still open?
It is. Let me close that. Okay, did that help?
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, my poor computer. And I'm just not very tech savvy today. I'm like failing all over the place.
Carolyn said to check the audio settings and change the sensitivity.
Okay.
And don't stress.
Okay. Too late.
It's okay.
We can still hear you. It's just very soft.
Okay.
Okay, I adjusted some settings. Did that change?
That's better. Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thanks for letting me know you couldn't hear. All right. So, which graduates do we have here today? You mind saying hello?
What was that?
Which graduates are here today? Do you mind waving so we know you're here? Or saying hi?
Hello, it's Laura.
And I'm here. Hello, Jennifer.
Yay.
Hello.
Rachel, yay.
And Erin Ross. She's in the top left of my screen. And she's a graduate too.
This is Aaron. Well, not Aaron, but Aaron's here.
Hi, Erin. So congratulations to everyone. We are just so proud of you and all the work that you did. Just know that it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. It's tricky going through a correspondence course. So it's nice that that you've got, you know, support, and yay that you're done. We're going to do the raffle. I'm scared to do this. I'm going to share my screen, but I think I know actually how to do it this time. And I'm going to show you the prizes, and then we'll do the raffle drawing. Can you guys see that? It says raffle.
Yep.
Oh, good. All right. And this one doesn't have voiceover, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're starting the raffle. Excited that we're going to have this. I just love giving things away. So I was picking up presents that would be encouraging to people who are studying Braille. So this may look a little confusing about who can enter, but basically the raffle is for students and for graduates that we're celebrating today. So anyone who's taking the Library of Congress UEB course, the Canadian UEB course, or Hadley's UEB contracted course. And you need to live in the US or Canada and be a member of the group, which everyone is here. And to claim your prize, you need to send me your mailing address within 7 days. Otherwise, we'll raffle it off again, because I know someone wants it, and I need to be present to win. So the first prize, it is a plastic mold for chocolate, and you can pour chocolate in there to make cards, and it has Braille and print. So the chocolate bars end up being 4 by 6 inches, and the prize is the plastic, and then you get to pick whatever kind of chocolate you want, and you can decorate it. Second prize is a set of Uno cards, and they have Braille. They're made in collaboration with the National Federation of the Blind, and they have print and Braille on them. Then we have a full-page slate, which is really great for practicing Braille. You can get yourself a pen pal, or you can add Braille to playing cards or to thank you cards. We're giving away the Braille Spelling Dictionary for Beginning Writers by Gregory Hurray. And it is a dictionary that teaches you which contractions to use. There's no definitions in here, but it'll give you the contracted and uncontracted version of the word, and it will also have it in print and in Braille. Just enough to know better, this is actually my favorite Braille primer. It has a nice overview of learning UEB, and it's really fun. If you haven't noticed, I like things that are kind of playful and interactive. So in here, it's all in print except for the practice reading, which is in Braille, and it's single-sided, just embossed single-sided, so it's easy on the eyes to read. And then giving away a Seedlings $20 gift certificate. Most of their books are $10 or less, so you'll be able to get 2 books from them. You could get either a paperback embossed book, or you could get an e-Braille book, which personally I prefer. It's a lot easier to read Braille on a screen than to read it white dots on white paper. And then our grand prize is a very generous donation from Dennis and Joan Noble. See if this works. So thank you very, very much, Dennis and Joe. That is a huge, huge gift. That's really going to bless a transcriber learning how to Braille and really practicing. So let me stop that share. Okay. So to enter, if you would, type in the chat which course you're taking, Hadley or the LOC, NFB course, whatever you like to call it. I know it has lots of names. And tell us which lesson number you're on. And to enter for the Braille writer, that's a separate drawing. We're asking if you already own one, please don't enter it. So let us know in the chat whether or not you have a Braille writer. Okay. And then I'm writing these down on a piece of paper because I actually prefer things this way because I can't screw it up. And I'm going to put your name in a bowl and we're going to pull it. Okay. Oh, nice. Lucia's waiting for her grade for her manuscript. That's so exciting. And Lucia, if you could let us know if you have a Braille writer, that would be great. Okay, and Laura says if she wins the slate, she already has one. So to let someone else have it if she wins it, but she doesn't have a Braille writer. All right. Oh, yes, I know.
Whoops, I had accidentally sent mine privately, so I just realized how to send it to everyone. So sorry if you didn't see my thing first.
Okay, thank you.
My entry, I accidentally sent it just to Susan privately. I don't know why, so I'm very sorry, Susan.
Well, that's my mom and she's moderating, so that's perfect.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Susan.
That's okay. I know you're looking for a Braille writer, Casey. You were just asking in the group. So good luck today.
Thank you.
So I'm almost done writing down everyone's names. Okay. So let me just double check through here to make sure I have this. So Sarah Walker is on 15. Amy's on lesson 11. So Amy, do you own a Braille writer? Nope, okay, thanks. Almost done, and then we're going to do the raffle. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay. All right. So Vicky, do you own a Braille writer? You can unmute yourself if you want. That's just easier.
You're hiding.
You do? Okay. Okay. So just to confirm, I'm going to call off everyone's name that I wrote down because I don't want to miss anyone. I have Laura Kerwin. I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce your name, Lucia. Lucia Kukindo. Yvonne Yarito. Oh, wait. She's not here. Never mind. She's a grad. I was expecting her to be here, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. Vicky Carlson, I wrote your name down. Natamara, she's in the raffle. Caroline Karbowski. Sarah Walker, Laura Phillips, and then Laura, do you have a Braille writer?
No, I do not.
Okay, cool. Well, good luck today. You might. Amy Shirk, got your name. Jennifer Reith. Rachel Wolf. Let's see, Rachel, do you own a Braille writer? No? Okay. Thank you. And then Casey Greer. Did I miss anyone? Any other students?
Did you call Erin?
Her name's already in the bowl because I asked her before we started.
Hey, Liz, I'm here. This is Kim Owens.
Hi, Kim.
Hey, I've been here. I'm on the beach though, so I keep dropping. But I do not have a Braille writer, and I would love to win one.
Awesome. Well, good luck today.
I'll keep this brief, but I just wanted to acknowledge some people in this growing network who contributed their experience.
So, Grand Prize Bowl, dropping the names in. Tamara, good luck. We got 2 different bowls going. We're very technical here. All right. Kim's name's going in. Vicky. Laura, good luck. Lucia, good luck. Jennifer. Amy. Laura Phillips, Sarah Walker, Caroline. There must be a faster way to do this. Last year I did a digital version of the raffle of entering and it just completely failed. So thinking this would be easier. We fold the names in half. That way I can't see the names. So the first raffle we're going to pull for is going to be for the chocolate molds. And that comes in 3 different styles. You'll get either whichever one you want. You can get the Christmas card one, the happy birthday, or the thank you card. All right, stirring it up. There we go. And the winner of the chocolate is Laura Phillips. Now, congratulations, Laura. And then next, we're going to do the raffle for the Uno cards. Stirring it up. Laura Kerwin, you won the Uno cards. Okay. Next up is the Slayton Stylus. Amy Shirk won it. Congratulations. Now we have the Braille Dictionary, which is really handy if you ever want to give yourself a pop quiz and you can grade it yourself. It is going to Natamara Doak. Congratulations. Just enough to know better, the UEB primer, it is going to Carolyn Karbowski.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm just writing everyone's name down so I know who they're going to. And then we have a $20 gift certificate to Seedlings. That is going to Vicki Carlson. Oh, congratulations, Vicki.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we'll put that off to the side. Onto the big drawing. Gonna
double check. Jesse says maybe I should have put my name in the bowl. Jesse, are you taking a course?
Am I taking a course?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you are. You're taking.
Yeah, I am. But I just got an old Perkins Brailler, so if I can fix it up, I'm good to go. So I don't want to be in that drawing in case someone else really needs it.
Gotcha. Cool. I appreciate that.
I mean, I don't mind upgrading, but that'll be in my future.
All right. So because I was nervous, I wrote X's and checks next to whether you had one or not. But I think halfway through writing that down, a check meant you could enter the drawing versus a check meant you owned a Brailler. So I'm going to ask you all again. Because I really want this to go to someone who doesn't own one already, you know. Okay, so Lucia, forgive me.
This is Kim.
Hi, Kim. So I remember Kim said she doesn't own one, so her name's going in. Erin's name is going in.
I don't own one. It's Laura Kerwin.
Thank you. Your name right here. Boom. I'm gonna mute Kim. She's a little windy.
I don't have one either, Elizabeth. This is Lucia.
Lucia. Okay, thank you.
I don't have one, Casey.
Casey, got it.
This is Jennifer. I have one.
Okay, thank you.
Sarah doesn't have one.
Okay. Name's going in. Caroline.
I have a Brailler.
You do? Okay, thank you. Rachel Wolf does not have one. That's going in. Let's see. Amy Shirk. Nope, doesn't have one.
Did I tell you about the hackers? Like, this was an actual.
Vicky, do you have a Brailler?
I have access to one, yes.
Okay. Would you like to own your personal one?
I'll let someone else do that. I really appreciate it, but I think there are others who will probably be able to use it. It's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Natamara. Sorry to ask you again.
Put it through your mouth.
I have one. I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. And then Laura Phillips. Do you have one?
I do not have one.
Your name is going in. All right. So if you just won a prize in the first round, you still can win the grand prize. And this is a separate one. So, okay. Oh yeah. So before we do that, I wanted to thank the Nobles. They are here today, Joe and Dennis. This is Joe's second Braille writer. She's been transcribing for over 50 years now, and we really appreciate her generosity. And Dennis fixes up Braille writers, and he's been keeping this in a perfect running condition. And as you saw, it has a lovely carrying case, and it works beautifully. So thank you very much, Dennis and Joe. All right, here we go. Like we need a drum roll. Who's going to be the winner? It is going to be Lucia Cuyendel.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Woohoo.
And how do you say your last name?
Kuykendall.
Kuykendall. Okay, sorry about that.
I knew a Kuykendall once in Tennessee. That's not a common name.
No, it's not. They say Kirkendall in some parts of the country.
Yeah.
But I've always said Kuykendall.
This is Jennifer. I know a Kuykendall too.
Oh, cool.
So for anyone who won a prize today, send me an email. I'm going to put up one last slide. I wanted to show you something I've been working on. Pretty excited about it. It is. So we now have a website.
pretty exciting. It's uebstudygroup.com. And on there, you can just find the links to all the other places we're at. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have a whole bunch more videos coming out really soon. And then on that website, you can sign up for our newsletter. And the newsletter will talk about the new videos, and we have a free online library of study material. And then I'll be sharing different things that pertain specifically to a student learning transcribing. So anyone who's still taking any of the courses, Hadley, CNIB, or LOC, our graduation ceremony next year will be in May or in June. So start studying now. And then let me stop that share. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my mom, Susan Wright, for being the chat room moderator. Thank you to the Nobles. Oh, let me unmute Dennis. Like he.
Am I on now? All right. Elizabeth, I would like to donate 2 more Braillers
Wow.
to the people that, that didn't win.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm floored. Well, let's do the drawing right now. All right. Good luck, everyone.
They will.
Here we go. Laura Phillips, you won a Braille writer.
Yay! Yay! Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then the next one. Fingers crossed. Who's it going to be? It is Kim Owens. Oh, she lost connection because she kept losing it, but I will let her know because she kept dropping out of the call. But thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you everyone for being here today. And good job for studying. And we will see you at the next graduation in May.
Thank you, Dennis and
Thank
Joe.
you so much.
Yes, thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you, thank
welcome.
you.
And thank you, Elizabeth. You did a great job.
Thank you. It's wonderful having you here.
Yes,
Take
thank
care.
you for putting this together.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
She'll come. Yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Thanks,
Yep.
I'll need it.
You'll know where to find us when you need us, okay? Congratulations, all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, congrats to everyone.
Yes.
Bye. Take care.